You need to talk because I don't like talking.
I don't like talking.
I don't like talking either.
Like you already got me on some of your videos, and I didn't like that.
Well, we've went and picked up a free F100. What year did we figure out it was? A 74? 74. So we got this thing for basically free. What I done was I traded a four-wheeler that I had nothing in. It's been sitting behind my house it's been sitting a long time. You could have got it running, no problem. It needed a battery, it needed a ignition switch, and probably the carburetor needed cleaning, fuel, stuff like that. But anyway, so I didn't want the four-wheeler. Didn't have nothing in it. So we've traded it to this truck. So we've got nothing in the truck. And it's got a Mountaineer or an Explorer motor in the bed, and it's got the GT40P heads on it. It's got a wind intake on it. Somebody started stripping the fuel injection stuff off to get it ready to go down in this truck. When we went and picked the truck up, we thought the truck was locked up because we couldn't get the motor to turn over. And when we were pulling up on trailer, this was stuck. This wheel was stuck. And we thought it was stuck in gear, so we thought the motor was locked up. As it turns out, the motor's not locked up. So we're going to try to get you turned over. Did you pour any mystery oil in it yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we're going to pour some Marvel mystery oil down in it. We're going to give it a fighting chance. Oh, we did something, I heard.
No, I was that.
I need to stick a battery in it. Oh, ain't doing shit. Oh, you'll have to put it on. You'll have to put that on that. So let's give her a drink. Goop, 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 goop. We may have to get a battery for it. Does it do anything yet? Really? You must not have no juice on it. Maybe the connection on the thing of the bigger. Come on, John.
Let's go straight off this battery here.
Still nothing. Oh, something did something. Oh, I think you grounded out the terminal on the truck there. Huh. Oh, it tried. I think it's getting a good connection on the positive. Go on, John. Keep messing with that positive. That's the problem. What has happened now? Maybe our ground come loose. Yep. It ain't making good connection.
I wonder if I can ground that somewhere else.
Ground it on the motor, maybe. Directly right there. Snake got you, John. Well, you can hook it right there. Oh. Oh! I don't think it's got a sticky valve. It's blowing back. Look. I say it's because the valve covers are rotted in too. Look, got a hole in the valve covers. This one's rotted out. That one's rotted out. No carburetor on it, so. But it turns over. Don't sound bad. I don't hear nothing ticking or knocking.
For your little junk box.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a runner. This thing's been sitting since 2000. Yeah, barely make it out. But you see, that's a 2. That's a 0. So it's 2002. Come from Alabama. I think it's a runner. I got a 2-barrel carburetor that I know is good. It's 3-speed on the column. And it's not working. You can't get it in first or reverse, but you can get it in second and third. Clutch feels fine. But it got a sign of a brake on it. Hey, the brake pedal actually, it goes down, but it ain't doing nothing. The best part's it's got somebody's added an under dash air conditioner. It's got a lot of rust. Well, it is bright out here. Well, John had to leave, so he don't get to play with the new toy, a new shop toy. This thing has got vacuum lines for days. Lord have mercy. So I gotta get them off so I can suck all these old rotten valve covers back out of the way. Because I mean, look, I don't think I've ever seen a valve cover that was rotten before. This is all entirely new to me. I don't even see that bolt right there at all. I think it's right off and gone. So I'm gonna try to suck all this crap off this motor and get the valve covers off, because it's got a. When John was whipping it over a while ago, you could see the Marvel mystery oil was blowing back out of the intake, so it's definitely got a sticky valve. We're gonna try to suck it up anyway. Some of it anyway. I've lost all my attachments to my vacuum cleaner. My goodness, this motor's got to be plumb full of stuff. Probably shouldn't have whipped it over until I pulled the valve covers off. I was just excited to see if it'll turn over. It don't take much, so I'm excited about these old trucks. Like I said, I ain't got nothing in this thing. Alright, so this has got to be the worst case of rat pee getting into your engine bay that I've ever seen. It is all down in here. If I had known it was like that, I never would have turned the motor over. So all the valve cover is laying in here, so I need to be sucking all this out best I can, because I know what happens when rusty flakes gets down in your oil pan. Sucks it up in the oil strainer and locks your oil pump up. So I need to get all this out. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. I'm going to get all this out. Right now I'm pulling the rocker arms off because I can't get the vacuum. Get the vacuum cleaner down in there good enough to can't get down there good enough to suck all the crap out of it. So that's the only thing I can do. Anybody else running this kind of problem? I'm assuming the guy that I got it from, or that he got it from, cleaned the rat's nest off the top of the motor, because the breather, I'll show you the breather. The breather is completely rotten. I don't see the carburetor nowhere, but there's the breather. So, yeah. But, judging by the way the cab's rotten, and there's rat's nests hanging out of it, I'm going to assume that this thing had rats all in it, because the front of the cab's all rotted out. You see the front of the cab? That's rotten, that's rotten. First, I could go in there and fix it, but man, I don't know. Better off just find another old cab if first I want to fix this truck. Go at least chop another top off another truck. Like the one maybe that's rusty on the bottom. Because this ain't too bad on the bottom. Cap stands don't have no rust in them. They're solid. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about keeping these in order or nothing, because I'm sure they're all wore smack dab out. This motor may not run. And so I don't know, they look pretty. Actually, they're not wore out. But I don't care. I'm going to wash them up a little bit. I'm going to suck this out. And we're going to go from there. I got this side sucked out best I could, and I sprayed it down with penetrating oil. That's why it's all wet looking. And all that down in, that's not rust, it's just oil. Like old oil that was stuck to the head. I scraped it out best I could and sucked it out with a vacuum cleaner, but that top of that bolt's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's there. I don't know if that one's there or not. It looks like it might, no, it's gone. So it's got two bolts holding the intake on this side. It looks like it's got one. These are gone too. So the intake is no way the intake's gonna seal up on this. This might have 4 bolts holding it down completely. I think I'm gonna have to start it anyway if I can get it to start. Let's see. Dang, the gas pedal's froze up. Lord. But I managed to get all the bolts out of this valve cover. That one over there, I couldn't get that one out. Take a chisel to it, and maybe I can get it to come out. But let's see what's under this one. This should be interesting too. Wasn't near as bad as the other side though, as far as rotten. So maybe it'll be better. I don't have to clean as much. It looks pretty corroded. Try not to drop nothing down in the motor. Look at that. Lord have mercy. See, it don't look like he may change the oil very often. But no, this is just oil. This ain't rust. Got a little bit right there where it was rotten. I'll suck that out. But yeah, shoot, the valve cover gasket's still on this one. Or it ain't no good. This old motor smells like it's got alcohol in it or something. It's got this weird smell coming out of it. I don't know if it's the Marvel Mystery Oil I poured down in it or what, but it just smells. It smells like alcohol, almost smells like somebody's poured like a moonshine or something down in it. It's strange. So I ain't gonna tear this side down. I ain't gonna check for a sticky valve though. I can just peck on the tops of the rocker arms. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Can't really get to that one. All the exhaust valves sound funny. They don't sound as good as this one. That's just because you can hear it coming through the intake. They're not sticking anymore, so it should whip over and be fine, unless it's got a burnt valve. Now, it may have a burnt valve. Maybe that's why it was blowing compression up through the intake. So I'm going to try to crawl out of here. I'm kind of wedged myself down in here between the fan and the AC condenser. So I'm going to try to get out without killing myself. Probably good enough. It's got all kinds of crap in it, but it's just oil. It's just, well, they didn't never change oil in this old truck, don't look like. So it'll wipe right off. Well, it'll come right off. It's just old oil. Well, you're gonna stop the oil strainer up right off the rip. That is if it'll even try to crank. You know, these old rocker arms they're not wore out or nothing. It's a shame that so I just let the old truck sit and run. It's a shame, it's a shame. But hey, I got a good deal on it, so can't beat free. I call it free. I traded 04 to it, but you ain't got nothing in something. I call it free. Free, free, free. Where'd the other rocker arm go? Wish I could reach my daggum. I'm so far away from my shop, I can't get enough airline to reach all the way out here. Wish I could reach all the way out here where I could actually blow this thing out really good. The back wheel on it is stuck and locked up. Otherwise, I'll be blowing all this out, which is what it needs. I might go get my dad's tractor and see if I can lift the back end of it up and roll it into something, into my building, and destroy something. Poor old John, he don't get to play with the old junky truck today. He did for a minute. Said he had to be somewhere. Old John don't get to play. First thing up without you, John. Well, there's a nut in there already. Where did that one come from? Let's come from this other side. Must have gave up on that one earlier or something. There's that one. I like the ones that you can just tighten down and walk away from. That's some neat. Neat. Wish I had some more of them old factory Ford valve covers I could stick back on it. I may have some. I will return. Well, I got that last valve cover bolt out. That used to be a 7/16, and I wound up beating a 9mm on top of it and working it back and forth, and I finally got it out. The threads was good, so I got that out. Now I can just put the rocker arms back on and put some valve covers on it. Like I said, it's just got old cankered up oil in it now, so maybe I can crank it up and get the motor hot if it'll run. And washing these with gas. Gas washes that stuff right off. Let's look pretty again. So fix and slap this stuff back together and put some valve covers back on if I can find another gasket. Let's got it. Now I'm going to roll the engine over again and see if it still blows the Marvel Mystery back through the intake ports on this thing. I'll buy John another bottle of that. He originally bought that for that little 6-cylinder Plymouth Duster I got running, but wound up not needing it. I'm gonna get our jump box hooked back up and we'll see what it'll do. I'll return in just a minute. Push rods are spinning. I'm seeing some compression back here in this back corner. So it may even have a, it's not coming back through the intake no more, so that's a good thing. But she might be wore out. She's gonna have some blow by, looks like. I'm gonna go find one gasket and I'm gonna pray that gasket actually works. It's pretty well shot, but we'll go find one gasket for the other side and slap some valve covers on it, and I'm see if I got a carburetor. I'm pretty sure I got a carburetor, and we'll see if we can get it to pop off. Alright. I found a replacement, one of them DuraSpark ignition boxes modules in the shop. I know it's good. Came off of a running truck that we converted over to electronic ignition. I found us a gasket. Don't know what it came off of. So we're going to take this old one off. It's crispy. I've got a carburetor that I know is good, because it came off that 69 Mustang that I got running on one of my videos. If y'all not seen it, check it out. It's called Reined In for, what's this gasket right here? It looks pretty rough now. It's got cracks all in it. The video is called Reined In for 20 years or 21 years. 69 Ford Mustang reined in for 21 years. I think that's what it's called. If y'all hadn't seen it, go check it out. It's a very cool video. Don't seem like anybody ever watches part one. Part one's the part that shows you all the rusted up stuff that, you know, I mean, kind of skip through and watch it if you want. It shows you all the stuff that I had to do to get it running. The lifters was rotted into the engine, rusted into the engine. I mean, it was in really, really bad condition, and that old motor turned out to be a very good engine. And it is now in Boy's, a little Hispanic boy's Ford F100, and he drives it all the time. And it's doing very good. So I got this carburetor. I gotta get this old piece of gasket off of it. Oh yeah, that was easy. I figured that'd be hard. A couple stray pieces on it. This old carburetor came off of a, I think it was on a 56 Ford custom line that I traded for off of an 02. I think it was a 292 engine. Of course, this old carburetor was locked up and stuck. Butterflies was stuck. I put a kit in it and put some heat on the butterflies and got everything freed up. It's the best little two-barrel you ever seen. It's a Holly. I put a little kit in it. It's been sitting on the shelf a few months. Should still be good. Oh yeah, went right on there. Now the biggest thing is I gotta go try to find some nuts. I found one original nut off the truck that had fell down on the intake, or someone had pulled the carburetor off of it, and I gotta go find some more. They're fine thread. I had some nuts that holds the rod caps on a 302. That's the same. It's the same thread I need. So I'll go look for those and I'll return. Alright, I found some nuts for the carburetor. Got one more nut I gotta tighten up. That should do that. This thing's got vacuum lines off everywhere, so if it actually hits and runs, we'll mess with the vacuum lines. Found that for fuel. One thing left to do is, where'd the ignition switch go? I got the ignition switch to turn, so I took the guts out of it, so maybe I can hook it back up and, oh yeah, it'll work now. Alright, got a battery. Maybe it'll whip this thing over like nobody's business. I sure hope it does. Oh, I heard something. Oh, the windshield wipers are working. Woo! Wow. Oh, and I can't turn them off because somebody's robbed the switch out of the back of it. Well, how am I going to do that? Alright, I got the windshield wiper switch disconnected. Something's making some funny noises up here. I think it's the voltage regulator. I guess we can just see if it starts. Or if it cranks over. I don't know. Sounds like a voltage regulator is doing something though for sure. Oh yeah. I ain't got much gas, so I'll fill the carburetor up maybe. It'll take anything. Oh yeah, it's taking it. Or it's leaking all out. It's going somewhere. Oh, don't leak it all out. That's all we got now. I think it's just leaking it all out. And I ain't checked the timing or nothing, so it could be way out or something, because you never know. People monkeying with stuff. Oh my goodness. It's a runner. We got some major vacuum leaks we're going to have to tend to. Let me get a clamp for that so it quits leaking all my fuel out, and maybe something to hang this with. I will be right back. The big test will be seeing if it'll actually take water and hold its water. You never know. These little things sitting around, people just put straight water in them, then they freeze up and bust. But we're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. All right, there we go. Now we just gotta put this clamp on. We're leaking all of our fuel out. That's probably gonna catch on fire now. I don't know if that clamp's ever gonna work or not. It's a little bit too small. It might work. Hey, I think it just might work. Yeah, it's got a crap load of vacuum leaks. Alright, there's some fuel. Let's just see if she'll fire back up. Huh, yeah, got this spark plug wire on. Huh, fired up and run that good on 7 cylinders. Look at that. Man, it runs. I need to get all these vacuum leaks fixed. We'll get these leaks fixed and I'll return. Alright, let's try to fire it up again. I capped off 2 vacuum leaks. Whether that's enough to help it, I don't know. Still got one I don't have much to plug it with. This fan's kind of scary too. Oh, stay running, baby. Hey! Come on, let me show you a little bit. We'll turn it off. Got no water there. What if it start with a key? I think that's the water pump making all the racket. That is the alternator's trying to charge. Let me see if it start with a key. I need to shine a light down there to make sure the top end's on too. Come on, baby, crank back. Come on, baby. Ignition switch ain't doing nothing. Maybe the wire's loose or something? Well, we know it to run. See if it'll start back. Oh, she's a drinker. I drank all the gas. What in the world? I think it's charging. It's charging. Don't even smoke. It don't need no motor. I'm gonna turn it off. Well, there you go, guys. You can't kill an old Ford. Maybe on the next video, get a radiator hooked up, get some water circulating through it, and see if it's going to hold its water. I also need to make sure it's oiling up top end, because it's got some noisy valve train. As rusty and stuff as it is, I guess it's got a right to be noisy. But it definitely runs. So maybe there's going to be a part 2 to this video. See if it'll actually drive. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.